The galactic exchange station hummed with the usual chaos of 1,000 species conducting business. Riza adjusted his thermal regulator, the crystalline appendages on his Velcrin head refracting the station's artificial light into dancing rainbows. As a mid-level trade negotiator, he'd seen countless species pass through these corridors, but none had ever caused the security scanners to malfunction quite like this. The human woman stood perfectly still at the checkpoint, her blonde hair tied back in a practical bun, her expression one of mild confusion. The scanner's holographic display flickered erratically above her head, cycling through classification codes faster than Riza's enhanced optical sensors could track. Elsa Chen, human vessel Perseverance, she stated calmly to the increasingly agitated Thoraxian security officer, whose mandibles clicked with nervous energy. I'm here for the xenobiology conference. Is there a problem? The problem, as it turned out, was significant. Riza found himself drawn to the commotion, his diplomatic instincts sensing something unprecedented. The scanner's display had finally stabilized, but what it showed made his blood run cold. Where every other species received neat classifications, Predator Class 3, Herbivore Class 2, Omnivore Class 4. Elsa's readout displayed something the galaxy had never seen: unclassified apex. Impossible, the security officer chittered. The scanner classifies all known species. It's been calibrated against the galactic database for 3 millennia. Elsa tilted her head. A gesture Riza had learned indicated human curiosity. Maybe it needs recalibration? Within the hour, the incident had escalated. Riza found himself in Conference Room 7 alongside representatives from a dozen species, all staring at the human as if she were a quantum anomaly made flesh. Station Administrator Vexthor, a gelatinous Quellian whose translucent body pulsed with bioluminescent concern, addressed the assembly. The scanner is functioning perfectly, Vexthor announced. Their voice modulated through a translation membrane. We've tested it on 247 different species today. Every classification was accurate, except hers. Elsa sat with remarkable composure, her hands folded on the table. Riza noticed she hadn't touched the nutrient paste provided, though she'd politely thanked the attendant. That was another thing about humans, their endless courtesy even in uncomfortable situations. With respect, Elsa said, I'm just a xenobiologist. I study moss analogs on ice planets. I'm not sure why a scanner malfunction is cause for detention. It's not a malfunction, Riza interjected, his translator converting his harmonic speech patterns into standard galactic common. The classification unclassified apex has specific meaning. It indicates a species that exists outside the traditional predator-prey hierarchy, a species that doesn't fit because it dominates across all ecological niches. Elsa's eyebrows rose. That's not possible. No species can do that. Precisely, Vexthor pulsed, which is why we need to understand what you are. What followed was the most comprehensive biological analysis Riza had ever witnessed. Elsa cooperated fully, providing genetic samples, historical data, and answering countless questions about human biology and civilization. The results defied galactic understanding. Humans were persistence hunters who could track prey for days across hostile terrain. They were also agricultural specialists who terraformed entire planets. They consumed an absurd variety of food sources. Elsa casually mentioned eating mushrooms, which are fungi, not plants, and could adapt to environments that would kill most species within hours. Your species lacks specialized features, noted Dr. Kylenth, a reptilian xenobiologist. No venom, no claws, no armored hide, no psionic abilities. Yet your scanner classification suggests apex dominance. Elsa smiled, and Riza recognized the expression as uniquely human, a mixture of pride and self-deprecation. We're generalists. We're not the strongest, fastest, or most venomous, but we're good enough at everything. We can learn any skill, eat almost anything, survive almost anywhere. You're also Deathworlders, Riza added quietly, having reviewed her planet's classification. Earth is a Class 12 death world. Most species would consider it uninhabitable. It's home, Elsa said simply. The breakthrough came when analyzing human endurance data. A galactic standard species could operate at peak performance for perhaps 20 minutes before requiring rest. Humans could maintain activity for hours, days if necessary. Their bodies were designed for relentless, tireless pursuit. You're not apex predators, Bexthor concluded, their body flickering with realization. You're apex everything. Your species doesn't dominate a single niche. You dominate the concept of adaptation itself. Elsa looked uncomfortable with the assessment. We just do what we need to survive. Every species does that. No, Riza said, a strange respect growing in his voice. Most species evolve to fill a specific role. You evolved to fill every role. That's why the scanner can't classify you. You're not on the hierarchy, you're above it. The conference ended with Elsa being granted unrestricted access, though the incident would spawn decades of academic debate. As she prepared to leave, Riza approached her in the corridor. I'm curious, he said. Does it frighten you, knowing your species is so different? Elsa considered the question, her blue eyes thoughtful. Every species is different, Riza. That's what makes the galaxy interesting. We're just good at surviving. I hope that's something we can share with our friends out here, not something that divides us. Riza watched her walk away and understood why the scanner had struggled. Humanity wasn't just an apex species. They were the living embodiment of adaptability, resilience, and the stubborn refusal to accept limits. In a galaxy of specialists, they were the ultimate generalists. And that, Riza realized with both admiration and a touch of fear, made them the most dangerous species in the cosmos. Not because they conquered, but because they could. They simply chose not to. The scanner had been right all along. Unclassified apex. A species that couldn't be categorized because they transcended categorization itself. Humanity, indeed. Fuck yeah.